There we go. Okay, cool. So we got people in here. We're going to go ahead and get started just playing the tournament. And then from there, we'll go ahead and do the more of the Fan Friday thing. So we got Arg and Madden Goku and Bobby Bob. RNG, that sounds familiar. Teach me the way of Madden. Hey, Kyrie. Snay is late. That's okay. Minute late. So I'm not sure with this tournament what the best deal is. I'm kind of learning this tournament as I go, so as I go I'll kind of give advice and you guys can learn from my mistakes, and I'm sure I'll make plenty of them. So yeah, you can go ahead and try to hunt me, Madden Goku, but careful what you wish for. Hey Gage, good to see you. We'll do some halfback stretch because that play is awesome. Oh, 100% countered. So, man, 4th and goal from the... So we have an overall advantage. Halfback option will be good. Looks like it might be countered. It is countered and we hit a crit. So, that's that. We got wrecked. Jeremy's going to hunt me. So if you guys... if you guys hunt me, let me know that you hit me so I can, well, I can either ignore it or talk trash. We'll see how it goes. I won't talk trash, but, 104, I'm sad because you said no boy. Thanks, Muhammad. Yeah, it was a pretty good game. Definitely went down to the wire. Oh, man, that was a pretty good hit. So if we can get one stop against, whoever this guy is, then we'll be in great shape. So we'll see how it goes. One stop and then do better on the 2-point conversions. Oh man, so glittered. So the Minneapolis Miracle, right? So I was watching that at a so I was editing a video I had to get done. So I was watching that video, or I was watching the game at a Red Robin. So we're back in 1st and goal. Okay, so I was watching the game at a Red Robin, and I had to edit a video because I had to get that done. It was a video I wanted to get done basically before the it was one from the Game Changer tournament. So I was editing a Game Changer tournament video, and then so I wanted to kind of watch the game while I was working on the video at the same time. So at the Red Robin, though, what happened was they didn't have any like spots that were open that had a computer charger, and so they basically put me off into a corner by myself. So I was basically watching the game with the Red Robin employees, you know, in their side of the their side of the booth where no one else was but me. So it was kind of cool in that respect. So when when that happened, like, you know, I was pacing back and forth. Everyone was really nervous, you know, but then, you know, that happened, you know, they had the Minneapolis Miracle, and like everyone's going crazy. I was probably louder than anyone there, just yelling and screaming the whole thing, you know, like high-fiving waitresses. So it was a pretty cool thing. Yeah, so can I show you the lineup? Yeah, I can show you the lineup. Am I going for camera? No way in the world. I can't. That's too rich for my blood. I will not be going for camera. Oh, I hope I have scramble button. I do have scramble button. Can Phillip Rivers make it? He can't. Should have went for the field goal there. That's going to be something that's probably a good strategy in this tournament, is going for field goals. Am I from Minnesota? No, I am not from Minnesota. I was born in... I was born in California. Shortly after living in California, I moved to Oklahoma. After Oklahoma, I grew up mostly in Kansas, and then after high school, I moved to Florida, and then I lived in Florida for a while, so I was ready to kind of go someplace else. And so after that, I just moved to Minnesota this year, and I've been a Vikings fan my whole life. I was like a Randy Moss '98 like bandwagon fan, and so which is a part of the reason I moved to Minnesota, was I thought it'd be really cool to live here as a Vikings fan. So that's sort of why I did that. Born in Germany, that's awesome. I have a German heritage, so that would be definitely a cool place to go if I ever had the chance. So that's cool. So 105 offense. I mean, like, I can play you. I have no problems, playing you. That's not an issue. That's probably, wow, that was a horrible play call. This whole calling plays and streaming thing just is a very difficult thing to do. So at your own risk. So I have no problems playing you. It's probably a little bit under what would get an invite to stay, and we don't have scramble. So we got 12 points in 3 drives. That's horrible. But we got 2 stops against him, so we're going to win at least. So I'll go ahead and show my team. It's really a work in progress. I'm not. But we gotta shoot. We have to actually make sure that we're winning, because our record's going to kind of be tracked here. So that's that. So we won that. So we're 2-0 despite our sloppy start. So we'll try to keep that going, because I know everyone else is going to be playing and bragging about their record. Hey, Steve Dave just decided he wanted to play somewhere else. Just had more friends there. So that was that. It really wasn't like a... people move around in leagues all the time. It's just one of those things. So what's interesting here is they took off my stadium. And took off my Color Rush Lions uniform, and they put in Viking Stadium and gave me the default Vikings uniform. So that's an interesting thing I'm just noticing, and it's kind of a paradox having Randy Moss 81 in the Vikings uniform. So I guess we'll just kind of deal with that. That 81's hard to see, though. Hard to look at that. And now people are talking in Fringe. Awesome. No idea what you're saying, but hope you guys are... I'm sure you guys are having a cool conversation. Oh, yeah, Heroic Destiny. Yeah, so Heroic Destiny is now... so they merged into a different league. So Heroic Destiny's they had the league change or whatever it was. So that we've played them a few times. It's been a good competition. We have some players from over there, so they're definitely a very competitive league. Definitely a good league. If you get Kamara, that would be awesome. So I help deliver and install mainly appliances for Geek Squad is what I do. There's the Phillip Rivers glitched throwing animation. And that's going to be countered. 12% counter. I shouldn't have done... so we're going to win this round, luckily, but... when are we going to be accepting declining applications? So I'm going to be going to the applications after I do my 15 tournament games. So I'm going to do the tournament games first, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish the night playing guys out. And maybe I'll alternate between tournaments. And I guess you guys let me know what you'd like to see. If you want me to... Ooh, so we got a good defense, 107 defense. If you want me to do tournament, then Fan Friday. If you want me to mix and match, or do Fan Friday first. You know, whatever you guys want to do. I figure I would just give people a shot to, hello. Oh, that shouldn't have been a sack. My bad. Executing sweep runs or positive yardage. Yeah, do sweep runs. Well, so... they're not inherently good plays, but if you want to use sweep runs, they're best on... Jeez, I just got blown up. They're best on third long, so we'll go ahead and use a sweep run here. Spread halfback sweep, third and long is kind of where it's at its best, and we got countered. So, spread slot flags. Jeez. Thanks, Flip. That's actually helpful to know. I'll try to. Oh, and we got stuffed. How does Fan Friday work? Just apply the systematic front. Put Fan Friday in the application. I'll play you in systematic front. You know, and the best players will invite to stay. But I'll probably next time I'll get like a record counter to like see how I'm doing with it. But it's just an opportunity to play, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and really quick. Log in there and see if I can fix that YouTube counter really quick. But I appreciate the heads up on that. So let's see. Now I'm logged in. Now let me go ahead and try going right here. Let's see if that updates it. Should update it. 42. Okay, so that's updated now. So first and goal. This is super cool. Awesome. Glad you like the concept. 13% counter. We're not going to stand much of a chance if we keep hitting these 12%, 13% counters. That's going to be man coverage, so we're in good shape there. But one rusher to butt on it. Do I see an invite there up top for me? Not right now because I'm playing. Scored 19 against a 119 defense and 105 offense. That's awesome. That's actually really good. To score good points against a man. We're getting destroyed on this. I gotta put a lot more thought into what plays I'm calling because I don't stand a chance of hitting counters all the time. Geez, that's drive 2. Do you prefer hard or soft counters? What's the way you like to go? So, so this guy, so we have to score a touchdown here and hope we get a stop on drive 3 is our only chance oh, that's a bad throw. Well, we lost that game. It was nickel, so I assumed it was countered, so I threw it to the slot. It wasn't countered, and then we threw a pick 6 because it was man coverage. So I misread that and lost in epic fashion. Would have lost... No, because he kicked the field goal on his 3rd drive. So we, if we would have scored a touchdown, we could have won that. So I blew that. That was my fault. So hard counters and soft counters. I like hard counters more simply because when you break it down for the percentage of, actually used plays in top tier competition, a single hard counter makes up about 2% of the viable playbook. And I forget, basically I crunched the numbers on, what either soft or hard, what covered the greatest percentage of the viable playbook, and hard counters right now, because there's not any sort of... Jeez, that was a horrible throw. Because there's not any of those like crazy Madden Mobile 17 UF soft counters, hard counters are definitely going to be covering the majority of the playbook. Beyond that, like if all else was equal, it would be an interesting question on, do you go soft or hard? whether you want to lock down certain plays or then, but then kind of have them worthless once they're found. Basically kind of a minefield or something more random than a minefield. Not sure what the equivalent would be there, but I'm not sure which one's better, so I just kind of go by the numbers, and right now the numbers definitely work in the favor of hard counters. Awesome play, Colin. So we'll look at you once we finish this. I'll probably, man, we're getting killed in this tournament. I'll tell you what, it's ugly. Wow, that was actually a little bit luckier than what I would have liked. Yeah, and actually, Jason, that is a good point. Well, so hard counters have raised the soft counter percentage. So overall differential will raise the soft counter percentage, and then so overall differential. I'm not sure what you mean by that. There are some different factors here and there with the whole thing, but not sure which one you were trying to get at. What do I want to do? We'll do a halfback option. I'll take it. Yeah, James, it was awesome to have you. I forget, are you the, like, XOOD lock guy, or, trying to remember which one, because we got several different people. That's okay. Sorry, I horrible with names. You're Zoodlock. Okay, golden something. All right, so let me go ahead. Since we'll go to that later. Here, I'm gonna go to the. I'll go to that later. Not spinning. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Go here, check out the applications. Alright, so we got that guy. We got beast mode. Actually, hold on. I'm going to, because manage members. Beast mode, because this is a clearly illegitimate account, I am not going to play it. And by illegitimate account, I mean level 30 and then 108 overall. That's impossible to have accomplished legitimately, and so I'm not going to reward that kind of account. Beyond that, we have Fan Friday. I'll bring you in. You've got guts going in with the 85 defense. So let me join. I'm in need of a league. Alright, so we got those guys going. We're going to go ahead and go back into the tournament. Play. Whoops. I mean to. How many accounts do you run? So I run one account. This is pretty much my only account that I use. Our LVLs, as many as we run as a league, will kind of be different depending on the day. Hey, Patel. Jeez, we got blown up there. $15-2, nice. That's better than a lot better than I'm fixing to do. I'm doing horrible. Oh, Philip Rivers might beat in the corner. Yeah, if you are in Patel, if you are in systematic front, you don't have to ask to play me. You can just play me. Am I in nights and days DEA because I saw you in kick? I'm not in that league, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. First and goal. I'm wondering how it's going to. So actually, that's cool that it's going to give me dime here, where normally it wouldn't give me that. So that's an interesting thing. Applied 106, 103. Awesome. Jeez, we got a. Nope, blown up. Hey, Brewer. Good to see you. Yeah, Brewer is a champ. Like, he has a lower overall, so he's cut from, tournaments a lot, and he has, basically kind of a shelf life and how long, we'll put him in tournaments just because his overall is a bit of a liability. But that being said, he still shows up all the time, and when he's in the tournaments, he puts up great numbers. It's really tough. He makes it tough to not put him in there because when he's in there, he does great work. Oh, yeah, so, I don't really have a, fixed criteria on that, I suppose. Just kind of going with the flow on that. Yeah, so I saw Fortnite. Hey, Ryan. Yeah, so Glitter, I saw Fortnite. So I don't play Fortnite. I don't know anything about it. I have seen, like, mentions of the game, just slight, subtle mentions of the game. I don't know anything about Fortnite. But I saw that they're coming out with Fortnite for iOS. And then it is not only are they coming out with an iOS and Android version of it, but it's going to work cross-platform. So from the iOS version, you can play people who are playing on the PS4 or the Xbox or the mobile version of it. So while I don't play the game, and I might play it a little bit on mobile, I think it's absolutely amazing that they have, a cross-platform version of it. That would be like, with Madden, us being able to play, Xbox or PS4 Madden players from a mobile device. Like, that would be completely impossible. It's a completely different game, different servers, different game modes. Like, everything about it is different, Madden from mobile to console. So the fact that they have a cross-platform setup with Fortnite where mobile can play alongside console and they're playing the same game, or at least a single, shared game mode, like, I think that that's awesome. So I'm really excited. Can I describe my journey to becoming a game changer? Yeah, so I am a game changer. So basically, I play on an iPad. So, yeah, so basically, it started out, I didn't have, any sort of, inclination of becoming a game changer at all. It wasn't on my radar. It wasn't what I was trying to do. But basically what happened was I was just making I was just making my playbook breakdowns I did at the end of last year. So I was making those breakdowns, and I was enjoying making them, and it was a small still a small channel, probably had like, less than 400 subs. Wow, that was the luckiest play ever. Less than 400 subs, probably 300 subs. And then an existing game changer ended up putting me in touch, with EA, because they didn't want to, ask me to, they didn't ask me to be a game changer then. But, they were just interested in if I wanted to make videos for the next season. I told them that I did. And so from there, they didn't ask me if I wanted to be a game changer, but I did tell them I wanted to keep on making videos. So I did, and they, they helped me in that process, told me things, videos that they would like to see, and, just talked with me, helped me along there, and just, that content, and then working with them, things went generally well, and so, towards the end of last year in, December, they asked if I, formally wanted to join the Game Changer program, and so, at that point in time, I accepted. So, what I think was, what the important part of that Game Changer, journey, if we're going to call it that, is, I made those, playbook breakdowns when, nobody else was doing anything like that. The competitive Madden Mobile field was a very, very closed door where guys, there wasn't a lot of information sharing. And the information sharing still probably, not a super common thing. But there's a lot more of those guys out there now. Back when I was doing it, there was, nobody else doing that. So, at least not at the level that, I was able to. So, if you want to be a game changer, like the focus isn't really on, being a game changer or not. The focus is really on, what can you uniquely do to benefit the overall landscape of the game. What can you contribute to make the game better? And if you do a good enough job contributing in whatever it is that you decide to contribute, then that's sort of where those windows start to open up. Obviously, that can't be a guarantee. There's never any sort of guarantees. But and ultimately, if you're making the game a better place, then that's that's an awesome thing. Whether or not you happen to be a game changer out of it, but if that's a role someone wants to do, just transition your focus from how do I become a game changer to, what can I do that would, make the game better. And so, for me, that was strategic gameplay because it was something I knew pretty well. Not the best. I'll never ever claim to be the best player. I'm not the best player. There's a lot of guys who are better than me. But in terms of, being able to share and willing to share, and communicate information, that's where I was able to set myself apart. Nice, Mohammed. That's awesome. I'm really glad that you're doing well and that the videos are helping, and that you're a solid player. Obviously that gets into, obviously, the videos themselves aren't going to turn. Man, I'm getting killed. Aren't going to make a difference without someone skilled being able to pick it up and roll with it. But I try to make that process as easy as possible. Alright, so we lost there to a 97. We'll go ahead and play some games here. Let's go ahead and check out the applications. Fan Friday, Gotcha and Flip. We got Turbo. Decline. Okay, so let's go ahead and play some of these guys back. So we just got Jimmy Graham. That would have been awesome if Jimmy Graham put up a score. I wish that he did. I won't show my game plan just because I don't want to give it away for this. You don't play me. Yeah, okay, so Goku, I'll play you. So Rudolph is, I don't even know what Rudolph it was. It was just I think it was like UF Rudolph or something. I just got a good Rudolph card because I'm a Vikings fan. And then it's player up Phillip Rivers. But yeah, Madden Goku, I'll play you. So I was playing Madden Goku earlier, and I wanted to have that game, going during the stream. But Goku was losing, so he just forfeited the game. So we'll have to get a fresh game in for Goku. Since he forfeited the other one. And then we'll play Gage. You know that's what happens. No, okay, that's not exactly what happens. Hey, Dadzilla. Luckiest kick, depending on whose perspective you're talking. Well, wrong call. I just bomb it up, see what happens. Triple coverage, can Diggs do it? Nope. Oh, but Moss almost did. Moss almost got that. That would have been awesome. Trips halfback stretch, 2nd and 10. I love this play against 3-4 defense. Oh, man. Cook is a beast. Look at this Vikings offense just tearing it up. Tim, you know, I love to do stuff like that. But, you know, so, and it's something I try to do. It's really tough to do that. It's pretty time consuming. That's something I might even, like, you know, dedicate live streams to, is just, like, coaching through film. Maybe that's something guys would want to see. Yeah, Goku, that's a good point. If you want to see my team, just go ahead and scout me. Because there'll always be guys coming in that want to see the team. So, there's Turbo. Okay, so we're going to play Patel. And Goku, if you want to play me, you have to start the game. I'm not going to start games against people assuming they want to play me. Go ahead and start the game. I got stuff going on. So yeah, Tim. Yeah, so if people would want to see like coaching feedback live streams, you know, that would make it pretty easy for me to do stuff like that, like what you're talking about, Tim. I just don't know if there's like a mass appeal there, you know, where people would really enjoy that, because it's kind of a tedious thing to do that. Hey, Brewer. So, and I'm trying to get better at this play. Oh, is that a read? Wow, I don't know if that's a viable read, but it worked that time. What do you consider important on your fullbacks? Honestly, I like to have, and I don't right now, so I'm going to be super hypocritical, but I'm going to say that for fullbacks, I'm not a huge fan of blocking stats, but what I am a huge fan of is making sure that you have at least 100 catch. That way, plays like fullback flare or strong eye fullback middle, you're looking at, if they are wide open, 100% chance of a catch, assuming you don't get a glitched animation. So I like to have it there just so you don't have any wide open drops. What do you think the Browns will draft? Tyrod and, yeah, so they got Tyrod and Jarvis. It's oh, so we got a game against another Dragon Ball Z person. Oh, there we go. So we're getting, he scored 6. Let's see. Matt, play every day and you're pretty good. Play every day, but you're level 28. Cool. Alright, so Goku is done. We'll see what he did. We're going to play this game against Goku's brother, or whoever he is. I'm sure the Dragon Ball Z people will say, that's not Goku's brother. That's his arch nemesis. Or I don't know. I never did the Dragon Ball Z thing. I know enough to know that it's talking about Dragon Ball Z, and that's it. When do you think draft champions will come? I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I'm excited about it. I haven't seen, but I saw someone comment in this live stream that Noobkill put up a draft champions video. So if that is true, then I would imagine that it would be coming very soon, possibly this weekend. It could be dropping on Saturday. So tomorrow would be, I wouldn't be surprised to see it coming tomorrow, since they had Noobkill do his reveal video. I don't imagine that they would, you know, do something like that without a, you know, imminent release. So I would say it's more likely than not, and I say this completely as opinion with no inside information at all. I don't know when it's coming out, but I would say that it's more likely than not that Draft Champions comes out this weekend. But that's entirely speculation. That was a cool sidearm pass. So see that catch bar where it's all the way full? You only get that if you have... I hope I have scramble. We'll see. I'm going to need it. I have scramble. So we should be able to get this. And we're within range for goal line. So I'm seeing sinister comments about their drives against me. So I'm sure they're up to no good. For another fun night of playing Goku. So we're up 8-6 against Turbo. Oh, we'll check out Turbo's drives. I got to do that. I got to check out people's drives when they play me, just so they get say, oh, but I don't want to show my counters. It's such a catch-22. Man, I feel bad for this guy. Like, so what I want to do for the live streams is I want to run at certain themes. It's tough to work out the technicalities of how to do it. I want to run out certain themes where you have like, so for example, playing guys that have an all gold team. So it's gold team against gold team, and then, you know, roll from there. The problem with doing that, though, is one, just communication, making sure that people know that. You know, two, I can't change my defense to gold if it's in a systematic, you know, if they haven't played in the tournament yet, and then I can't you know, so the solution there would just be moving it out of systematic front, but then I would need a second account that can actually match whatever the theme is. I don't really have another account with a bunch of resources, so it would be an interesting thing. So it looks like Goku scored. We'll try to match it. So yeah, I want to change it to themes where a guy like Jimmy Graham, who's, you know, wants to come out and play me, you know, has a level field to do so. It's tough to do. Well, Kaiser to the Packers makes sense because, you know, it's not like he's going to be replacing Aaron Rodgers, but, you know, he's still a quarterback that has the ability to, you know, be a serviceable backup. You know, in Cleveland, he's not a serviceable backup. He's like the man, and that doesn't really work so well. So I like the move for the Packers. Obviously, anything that the Browns do is going to blow up in their face because it always does. But for the Packers, I say good for them. Truck it or move it or something. I don't know. Top 10 plays to counter. It really depends on what kind of game plan you're going for. You know, I could no way break that down to 10 plays. Now we got all the systematic front guys playing us. Everyone just like, oh great, we'll go and embarrass Adam on his stream and go beat him up. How do you feel about Richard Sherman? Richard Sherman is a hey, Colonel PvP. Yeah, there's Lonzo. Ducky Raid. Hey, Ducky people. Thanks for coming. Oh my goodness, Ducky is Ducky people are showing up. Let's see if we can. Hey, Ducky, thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it. Got it. Yeah, so Ducky, so it's been a I think it's my first time getting raided. So I think that that's awesome. I've raided people before. It's something I haven't really gotten in the habit of doing. It's something I would like to get in the habit of doing. So, Ducky, you are, you know, you are obviously a great guy for, you know, going and getting that exposure to other people. So certainly, if people want, I don't know what sort of stuff you have on your channel, but if people are looking for more and different Madden Mobile content other than just the insane, super try-hard playbook breakdowns that I run, maybe check out Ducky and see if you like what he has. I don't know what he has. Oh, let me, hold on one second. People are blowing up my messages, so... Which I'm surprised that didn't happen earlier, to be honest. Oh, actually, hold on. Nope. So I want to... There we go. Okay. Now we should be all set up. Alright. You got lucky check film. Okay. So, halfback option is not countered. We'll see. We can't hit digs. Maybe we can. We'll see. Nope. Horrible decision. So we'll try motion cross. We're on the wrong hash. It looks like it's countered. Everything about this was a horrible decision. We're going to try to hit Cook. And that didn't work because we didn't deserve a horrible decision like that to get rewarded. That was our fault. Thanks, Ducky. Have a good night. So we got Goku. Goku did not score, so Goku lost. Let's see what happens. Oh, countered on the bunch spacing. At least it wasn't. So it was down to the. We had an LVL today. It was down to the wire, down to the final drives. We needed 2 scores. Basically, we needed 2 more scores to win. We had like 4 drives left in the game. And so we have this guy go in and drive. He has a muffed kick. So he picks up the kickoff at the 2-yard line. He gets the kickoff at the 2-yard line. I'm going to put down the iPad so I can tell this story because I got to focus when I play Goku. So he gets the kickoff at the 2-yard line because he muffed it. And then, so we were trying to figure out, what's the best play to call where we don't get a safety because, it was down to the wire. We couldn't afford to give any points. We needed to score if we wanted to stay in the game. And then what happened was he hit a 1% critical counter on bunch spacing we called because it was like the safest play to pick up yards no matter what. 1% critical counter on bunch spacing, got sacked and safetied. We still won the game, barely, but that stuff almost cost us the game. So it reminds me a little bit of Goku's 10% or 13%, whatever that was, bunch spacing, critical counter, but at least it wasn't a safety at the end of an LVL for 1%. That was some ugly stuff. So I forget what I called against you the first time. I'm not sure if you're live countering. I'm going to change up my play calling because that's something I got to work on doing anyway. I like that. I don't know if I like that throw or not. This is a play I never call. Yeah, so Jacob, in terms of fixing your team, man, like, you, I mean, overall is king this year, and everything else is just details. So if you don't have a high overall, how you like that man coverage, motion-wise stick deal? That's my little secret that I have. So everything else beyond just overall is details. So if you're looking at being like the best 90 overall team you can be, then that's maybe a different discussion than how you can stay competitive against, like a top tier player. But honestly, dude, like, I think that the biggest victory for you is just going to be, kind of finding man, we're getting destroyed here. Just finding oh, we got lucky there. just finding your competitive field that you can stay competitive in and going from there. Beyond, overall, the personnel is a lot of details. I can look at your team, but it's going to be a lot of the details. For the most part, it's just going to be about decision making. Am I excited for Draft Champs? I am absolutely excited for Draft Champions. The more I think about it, the more I'm really excited about it. I'm really hoping that it goes through. And what I really like about Draft Champions is it is another option for... whoops. The thing I really like about Draft Champions is it is another medium for just competitive gameplay. Right now, if you want to be competitive, there's LVL tournaments, but LVL tournaments, depend highly on overall. There is, these weekend tournaments, but the weekend tournaments require a lot of Madden cash, and also are a bit dependent on overall. And then there's head-to-head, but head-to-head is more about just time-consuming grinding. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are. It doesn't matter what your win-loss ratio is. It's all about, just time that you put into it, not so much about skill. Not to say that no one that's good at head-to-head is skilled, but it just doesn't require skill if you have the time. I like, so I really like the idea of adding a new competitive format, that's individual, that might require, just a different skill set, might test you at a different level. I love that, with the Draft Champions, it's not going to be overall based. It's a level playing field there. So as long as it's not like I'm not sure what the format's going to be, but as long as it's not like you have to pay a bunch of money in order to play consistently, then that's like a perfect competitive field. I screwed that up. I'm very much looking forward to it, looking forward to seeing how it's implemented, and I hope that they do a good job with it, because I could see myself putting a lot of time into Draft Champions. So until Draft Champions is released, I honestly don't know. Well, I'll say this: when Draft Champions comes out, I am going to be very excited to talk about it, and that's what I'll say about that. And when Draft Champions comes out, I will be talking a lot about it. That was already calendar. I don't know what I'm doing. Drops next Friday and for weekend tournaments. Okay. So that will be if what you're saying is true, then that'll be interesting. I honestly don't know. So we'll see what happens. Happy birthday, Kevin. Oh, Madden Goku lost. Well, good game. We've had our spats, so not any serious spats, obviously, but we've had our fun trash talk, I'll say. So I'm certainly, man, get out of there. We deserve that. Oh well. Hold on 1 second. So apparently I'm getting driven on an LVL, so I'm gonna have to go in and live counter that stuff. Which, that's the interesting thing with this thing is, I can, oh man, he got killed. Let's go in live counter. So you can, that's the interesting thing with this is, so, I can go in here and, teach you guys, do my thing, but, ultimately, people take advantage of that. They'll drive on me while I'm streaming. They'll, like, take notes on my play calls and then, like, specifically build, like, game plans against me. So, that's why it's rare for competitive players to be as transparent as I try to be, because when you're transparent, it kind of makes you inherently less effective, because guys know what you're doing. It gets rid of some of your competitive advantage, and that's sort of why people are a little less quick to kind of put this sort of material out here. But yeah. Doesn't look like he wants to come back for more, so we'll go ahead and go back to the live stream. We'll see what they do. Go ahead and let me know if he comes at me again. So I guess we'll play this again. Yeah, so the guy, just because, so if they have it in next LVL, then so be it. That's fine. But just because they're having it in next LVL doesn't necessarily mean that's the only place in the game it's going to be. I honestly don't know where it's going to be. It could just be like just a temporary LVL thing, but I don't think that it is. I don't think it would make sense that they would update the game's description in the App Store for something that would be like a one-time deal and like as a extension of an already existing feature. That doesn't seem to add up to me too well. So I think it's going to be more than that, and I think that incorporating it into an LVL, assuming it's in that LVL, or that weekend tournament rather, is more of just kind of a test proof of concept than just like the only place it's going to be. We had that throw. That was unfortunate. Thanks, Brewer. Yeah, that video, and I think that was like the first, no, was that, no, it was one of the first videos that I dropped. But yeah, it was, that was sort of how I got started, was I just wanted to give real advice. Man, we're getting killed. Oh, so it's just going to be in the weekend tournaments. Okay, so then that'll be interesting then. At least then it makes the weekend tournaments, for the extent that you play it, at least it makes the weekend tournaments a, less a test, or more of a test of just pure skill rather than, any sort of, ooh, glad we got that. Rather than, overall as well. Obviously, there's still the factor of, but you can still generate, 15 tickets a week on your own without buying them. So given that, so you can still do your 15 wins. So given that it is, you can play it to an extent without spending money. Your overall is going to be dependent on, so your overall is going to be the same. So I think it's going to be the most skill-based, it's going to be the most skill-based competitive format that the game has. And so that is exciting. I am very excited, even if it only is for now in LVL tournaments. It's still very, very, very exciting. Oh, so I guess UL's just dropped, so we'll go ahead and check out that after this. We'll go ahead and, after this drive, we're going to go ahead and check out Ultimate Legends. Yeah, I'll, yeah, Goku, I'll get you set up with mod. Let me see. But first, let me go ahead and check. They're saying UL's dropped. I don't see it. Am I just getting trolled? I think I'm just being trolled. Alright, well, let me go ahead and... They didn't drop. Alright. So people are just trolling. Alright. Here we go. Let me do a couple different things right now. Video. Oh. Hold on. I'm getting everything fixed. Alright, so we have, let me see. Alright, so add mod. Alright, so Goku, now you're a mod, so you can share your links. You can do whatever you want. And then Noah, you get put in a timeout for trolling. And from there, we're good to go. Let me bring back OBS, and we're good to go. Patriots lost the Super Bowl. That is true. The Patriots did lose the Super Bowl. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the league. So we got Goku. We got the game on Goku. We'll play Gonk coming up. We've got Gage here. I know he's been sitting patiently. Let's check out Gage's film. Oh, come on. This stuff again? So, Gage is... Hi, Gage. Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah. So, trolls, speaking of putting trolls in a timeout, we're about to boot Gage from Systematic Front. Here, we're gonna let, here's what we'll do with the troll. We'll let the ball bounce out of bounds. Alright, so we'll match troll with troll, and if you countered this stuff, if you countered these end around plays, knowing I was going to play you back with them, then you are the worst kind of person. You are the worst person in the world. Nice, good. So that's not counted. So you're not the worst person in the world yet. There we go. Do you think Knockout Kings will stay undefeated? It's possible. You know, they're a very good league. They definitely have you know, done a lot to earn their #1 rank. You know, there is a, yes, I'll take that. PA clearout's a cheese play. They've done a lot to earn their rank. So, you know, is it possible that, you know, someone, you know, over the course of the year develops a better squad than them? I mean, I suppose that's possible. You know, is probably not as that's probably less likely that happens. It's possible that they have an off game and they lose to someone who, you know, probably they shouldn't have lost to. I think that's the more likely route that they lose a game. But, you know, you're talking about, you know, 100-something more LVLs. Like, you know, there's there's a lot there that can change. We'll see, but what they've done, so far this year is pretty remarkable. So, they've definitely done a lot as a league to be where they are. Hey Ohio Fried Chicken, and we got Malik, and then HHH, just a random guy that doesn't want to be known. So, lots of people. We'll see what Motion QB Draw can do. I forget who I'm playing, but maybe that's not the best route. Oh, we're playing Goku right now. Oh, screw it. Oh, yeah, we're playing Goku. We're going to do FL Reverse. That's what we're going to do. Oh, 14% counter. Okay. Oh, did we just beat the counter on this? Oh, if we would have gotten that truck, we would have beat the critical counter on that reverse. What was that? I see. What kind of counter was that? 14%. Look at that. We tried to screw around and we were told no. And we were one broken tackle away from maybe even scoring. That was ridiculous. Yeah. If you score next time, Goku, we'll see what happens. Alright. %9 counter. Trips halfback stretch. Oh, wrong play. But actually this might work out in our favor. So we got man coverage, so we should be able to do that, and it worked pretty well. So now we know we have double hitch open. Yep. Oh man, I should just run for the 5 yards that I had. Oh well. Punch halfback dive. We're actually taking this really casually for a game that we're currently losing, so. Oh. See what plays we've used so far. So we have smash open. We're gonna go ahead and go back to smash. So we've got actually, so in there have been very, 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 very few people ever that I've kicked out from systematic front. Actually, if we're being honest, but that's okay. They control. Yeah, go ahead and mute those guys and boot them. They're a waste of time. Alright, so he scored again. Let's see what he did. Oh, come on! Well, that's... You started out with your cheese plays, and then you ended it with dive weak flanker drive. So once you were within the red zone, you played seriously. Yeah, Ohio, yeah, I mean... Alright, let's see what happens. So we're going to end around. Oh, Oh. Oh, man. All that, and we still don't even get a first down. Awesome, Kevin. I'm glad, man, 14% critical counter. Motion keep draw. Is this counter too? What? Someone pick that up. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, what are you doing between? Well, thanks for coming anyway, Kevin. It's appreciated. What troll plays are there? I don't think I've used FL reverse. We'll use FL reverse. Jeez. All these. Okay, no, you cannot 100% counter FL reverse. You're done. I am so done with you. You can't counter FL reverse. This is great. Here, we'll let's see if we can get a. Oh, jeez. So if it's man coverage, you can scramble with motion Y stick. It's not too difficult. Is this countered too? I don't know. That's so cheesy. Who's this guy? He's running me down. Good. Ah, this is. Alright, well, I'm done playing you guys for a while. Rivers isn't slow, it's whatever. Nice job, Kevin. It's carry. I assume that means Rudolph is carried by your team, but what's your favorite third or second and short plays? So third and second and short are very, very different situations. So second and short, I think, is a great opportunity to, kind of test a play that you want later on. Because you still have, if you don't get it, oh geez, you still have 2 more opportunities to convert. So, second down is, pretty laid back, in terms of that play calling. But first down or third down, you don't really have that much of a luxury, to be able to waste time or something or be lax in your play calling. So third and short, you want to be a bit more serious. Third and short, I would transition to something like, curl flats or, something like that. That was, really a good bet to pick up the yardage that I needed. Where second down, I'm a little less worried about the yardage and more worried about just finding the right play that I can use either later on that drive or later on in a different drive, whatever it is that I wanted to pursue. Thanks, the guy. I appreciate it. Peace out, man. So if we can score here, we'll win, which it's a 1-1 defense. We should win. But, so lame. No, I don't. I wish I could grind head-to-head. I just don't have the patience for it. I don't have the time for it. So I don't grind the head-to-head leaderboard, but anyone who is on the head-to-head leaderboard absolutely gets there by grinding. Admin of Asylum DEA League. So I assume that you're talking about Evolution Asylum. And I used to really get along with Evolution Asylum, but we played them and they were kind of poor sports, so we don't get along so much anymore. Yeah, so it would be awesome to be top 100. There might be, some month that I try to finish in the top 100. But for me, I don't want to finish top 100. I want to finish number 1. But that might be something that I pursue at some point in time. It would, it'd be interesting. That's countered. Go Rivers! Who's open? That was all sorts of horrible decision making. Oh, I know you weren't saying top, yeah. Oh yeah, not number 1, top 1, yeah. Yeah, top 1. Oh yeah, absolutely. Top 100's definitely definitely a huge deal. Like, no argument there whatsoever. It's just, for me personally, I wouldn't be satisfied with top 100 if it were be something that I would pursue. If I pursued it to that level, I don't want to just finish at 100. I want to finish at top 1. But that's just me, because I'm kind of inherently a competitive person. Catch it. Nope. Cook almost could have come down with that. Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of stamina to do that. Oh, man. Alright, so we're going to do halfback option. So it's not countered, so that's as good of a start as we can have. And then that ball just was a complete duck. Landed at the 15 and just died. Yeah, so hey, Steve Davis committed to it. It's a lot of commitment. So he yeah, he'll definitely play for the win, no doubt about that. Oh man, we're getting wrecked. We're going to try to run it for 36 yards. Oh, this should have been a time for Rivers' truck. Man, that's lame. Oh, well. Guess I shouldn't screw around like that. Because, yeah, those wins are on my permanent record now. Those losses, rather. Alright, Flip. Is this Flip? This is our Flip Madden guy. Where's Flip? Huh, I don't see him on my board. Oh, is that going to be the expired glitch? That might be the expired glitch. Oh, let's see. 7 help. I thought it said flip. Oh, it's in the league. Okay. Gotcha. Well, we'll go ahead and play you then. Got it. Okay, yep, yeah. Everyone now just comment on how dumb I was. Go ahead. Alright, double hitch. I might be dumb, but I can at least find double hitch uncountered. And I can run trips halfback stretch. Oh, geez, no, can I? I guess I can't. 4 yards, that's embarrassing. Oh, yeah, I gotta look at film. I forgot to check that out. Appreciate you calling it out, though. Oh, I already went to that, yeah. Now my play calling's dumb. We survived, though. Come on. Oh. What do I want to do? Trips 10. It's uncountered, but I'm going to have to hit digs, and we get a drop. But we'll see if... What do I do? 4th and 4. I'm going to do curl flats. Jeez. Oh, if we pull that out after we screwed that up so bad? No. That was our fault. Oh, well. Alright, let's go ahead and hit back. Oh, Goku. What's going on? Oh, okay. So you're screwing around again. Raiding is just running in from one stream into another stream. Oh, trips time QB dash is an awesome play. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, if we got a super win there, it was over. A super win there would have been over. There we go. Here, we'll run trips QB dash. This is a great play. No reason to throw an interception here. Yeah, you can just wait and get sacked. Let's see. Motion QB draw. Oh, that's usually better 3rd and long, but I'm impatient. Oh, one guy got through. We had pretty good blocking set there. Fullback fake, halfback toss. Oh, come on. Don't get beat to the edge. Okay, 4th and 6. We'll do wide receiver wheel. Why not? Bam. Alright, let's do here we go. Let's bring this guy back. It's going to be our next play against Goku. Fullback flare it is. Where's fullback flare? We're not going to flip it. Rudolph or Kamara. We'll go Kamara. Boom. Beat by the wheel. It was a pretty good play, but the fact that I could have called any play in the whole playbook, I'll say that that's fair. Actually, that's what I'll do with your like Gage thing, since Gage is going to go ahead and... Oh yeah, so I got to play Turbo. We'll play Turbo back. Yeah, I think we can all agree that doing a wheel spin is a pretty, Oh, man, that was almost a... So that means Tripp's corner strike is open? Awesome. We'll hit Diggs as he makes his break. Oh, a super win would have been a touchdown. Play calling. Are you Goku? Sorry. No, I'm not going to go for Kamara. That's too much. Oh. You're Turbo. Okay, so Turbo, I will play you seriously. Got it. Whoops. Didn't have a scramble. So that was a mistake, but it worked out. Yeah, he's a neutralizer, but I'm not a fan of neutralizers because I don't call play action plays very much. So, Kamara's a hard pass for me. It's just not for me. Is this a trolling game or are we just sucking? We're just sucking. Okay. I guess Flip and I just both are bad at this game. Sorry to call you out like that, Flip, but I'm doing bad too. We're drive forward, neither of us have scored, so what are you going to do? It's just bad play. There's no other way to put it. We're not playing well. Oh, come on. How is that going to be countered? See ya, Ruben. Appreciate you stopping in. Oh. I really want to get good at this play. I'm not sure... Oh, come on. Jeez. Oh, come on, Rudolph. Dang it. I'll take it. Cook, not to be denied. Slant and drags. I want to get good at slant and drags, which I completed for 1 yard when I needed to get 2. So, not quite where I need to be on that play. Oh, we can go for the win against Conk. That'll be a good time. Hey, Patel, welcome back. Oh, we got a discouraged reaction from Goku, so that's always a good time. Well, that's what I'm going to do against Goku since he's buying, or someone's buying counters, so I'm just going to have the wheel give me plays. Jeez. Blown up. Alright, let's do Trips halfback stretch. Come on. All right. 4th and a mile. Let's do tight end slant and drags. Oh, of course that one's countered. Of course that one's countered. Oh, jeez. Whatever. Try to call different plays just for the sake of calling different plays, and then we still get blown up. Oh, that is called pride before the fall. Glad I can make you laugh. You deserve that. You 100% deserve that. Alright. Let's queue up some plays against... What's his name? Just the kickoff's going on right now. Not much that you're missing. Unless I fumble. Halfback counter. So, we're going to queue up halfback counter against... what's his face? Goku. Where's halfback counter? Never recall that play, so. I'll take 4 yards. See what the next one is. Post corners. I like post corners. Oh, a super win would have been awesome there. Alright. Halfback dive weak. There we go. Now we're moving the ball. Oh, this is going to be countered now. It's going to walk us right into a counter. Yep, that's countered. 14% robbed. And... Spread FL drag on 2nd and 13. The wheel's doing us favors now. 3rd and 3. Spike ball on 3rd and 3. Oh, man. All right. Jeez. Alright. 4th down. What is it going to give us? Let's see. Well, at least now you know that the wheels like legitimately has every play in it. PA clear out on 4th and 3. That's some wonderful situational play calling. Thank you so much for PA clear out on 4th and 3. Amazing. If we can, we'll get to the fullback. But, jeez. Someone needs to miss a tackle so I can get somewhere. Yeah. 12% counter on our PA clear out 4th and 3. Man. Oh, man. Whatever. We'll play this one. See Ohio Fried Chicken. Thanks for stopping in. Jeez. Well, do we just burn our scramble button just to get sacked? Oh. Oh, man. One broken tackle away from a score. Bunch Z crossing. Man coverage. Why not? See what happens. Got it. I want to learn this play as well. Nope. Trips all slants is a good play. I just don't use it enough. And it's countered. And Rudolph got shoved. And it was 7%. Trips halfback stretch. Jeez. All right, let's do cut back. Keep the cheese rolling. Oh, need a block. We don't get it, but we still get the first down. Spread halfback screen. That's what I'm going to do against Goku. I'm going to get out these old screen plays. Oh, man. There we go. Oh, you got a donut. Turbo, let's look at your film. So we have double counter into PA fly. Generally, I would avoid play action for that very reason. It's just asking for third and long if things go wrong, and you don't really have as many outs as you would on other plays. Halfback option's pretty good there. I like that you targeted the halfback there. Probably man coverage that you hit the halfback, got a good gain. You probably didn't flip it there to get that read. If you flipped halfback option there, that's very impressive. My guess is you didn't flip that, and my suggestion is halfback option's a lot better flipped. Strong eye halfback blast, not bad, not the best second down run in the world, but that's okay. PA deep attack's pretty good, but you could have PA deep attack is good. Back to the second down, pen deep. We could have cycled back if you want to do play action. PA fly, is open. That was kind of a blind play. Hit a counter there. Quick slants, rush for 3. Quick slants isn't the best goal line play. Spread FL drag isn't really either, but we got toss. So now we're kind of calling new plays and hitting counters you didn't have to hit. So yeah, recycling back to your old plays, but overall not bad. You scored 20, so pretty good, and we'll kind of see how we do that. Now, I don't know, does Kobe equal 24 or does Kobe equal 8? I'm not sure. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Tune in now. So yeah, recycling. Who am I talking to? Recycling would be good, but I'm not doing a good job of modeling that because I'm just kind of just sort of farm milling games at this point. Second counter, yeah, I'm sure I've hit that counter like a zillion times, which is a horrible example of smart play calling, but it is what it is. Strong halfback blast, it's countered. 100% counter, spread FL drag, and that's countered too. But we get the completion. And right now at this point in time, we're kind of moving the ball in spite of ourselves. We're doing, horrible play calling because I know we have established plays and these are not it, but we score in spite of our own mistakes. But there is certainly room for improvement, and that's just a general concept of just because things go right doesn't mean that you had smart play calling, and that's something I am victim of as much as anyone else. Hey, tune in now. Hey, Danny, good to see you. So there's 24 there. So we got our shutout against Goku. We'll see what he did in his final deal. He just threw an interception, so we'll spare him the wheel. We'll do the wheel. I won't do the wheel all the time because it kind of slows things down, but we'll figure out times to put the wheel out there. Yeah, that's how you fumble the ball entirely unnecessarily. Yeah, Gage, I won't forget about you. Oh, that drop. This better not be countered. Good. Nice. Didn't have any hope for a run after the catch, but it was still a good deal. Is this countered? This better not be countered. So leagues with higher rank don't necessarily have better banks. They just have higher involvement. You know, within the league, a higher ranked league will inherently be more involved than a lower ranked league. Because it's more involved, they'll have better stuff because they have more people putting stuff in, or at least oh, there's the pick there. So there's that. Why isn't he talking? Can no one hear me? It appears as if people should hear me. Huh. Alright, so you can hear me. Awesome. So if I wasn't talking, it was probably either something on your end, or I was just thinking through what I wanted to do because I'm playing competitive games. I'm going to save the next out of this. I'm going to go back to the tournament because why not? We still have to get to... Oh, we have 6 minutes left on this. Why can't you hear me? I mean, you can check your speakers. I don't know. I mean, obviously, well, it's entirely pointless for me to give you advice on how you can work on hearing me, because obviously you can't hear me, so any advice that I would give would be inherently pointless. So that was kind of a dumb thing for me to try to coach you through that. Kickoff fumble on Goku. Awesome. Jeez. Well, we just got blown up. Oh. Oh. Hey, pick 6, Brett. Yeah, the stadiums do a lot for... The stadiums do a lot for your defense. Hey, Jerome. Come on. Dang, you get a surprisingly small amount of viewers for your sub count. Well, what can I say? So yeah, the live streaming thing is kind of new, so I don't expect a big following there. It's not something I've, done a lot of. So I'm not too worried about that. But I don't know. Hey, throw bombs. Oh. Thanks, Jerome. Appreciate it. Wonder if that was picked up. So, well, see ya, Flip. Good to play up. Oh. Suggest to him that he check out another video and see if he can hear the audio in that video. That way we can see if it's a problem with this stream specifically, or just a problem with YouTube, or a problem with his computer in general if he can't hear anything from another site. I mean, we'll just try to troubleshoot the problem, isolate the variables, I suppose. So you can hear him, and you just can't hear me. So, I don't know. No clue. Hey, Zion Armani. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, which I imagine I probably am. Appreciate you stopping in anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and go back into the league. Let's check out the applications. We haven't accepted anyone new for a while. What? Smith Jr. I don't know if this is some sort of inappropriate symbolism I'm not picking up on. So I'm not going to read it aloud in case it is, but that is a very interesting comment from Smith, and I'm not sure what to make of it. Anyway, Fan Friday. Here we go. So we'll let him in with his 108 Bettis. I wonder if he can, like, bring his Bettis in and just wreck shop with it. So there's a Fan Friday guy. Fan Friday from the stream. Awesome. So there's a win from someone. That's an interesting person. All right, let's see what Goku did. Fumble. Awesome. We'll go ahead and play Goku. How old am I? I'm older than I look and younger than I sound. That's the that's what I tell people, at least here, most of the time. Man, I really want to break that route off with that play, but just doesn't happen. Not yet. It will eventually. It's a good play. Why is that countered? 6% counter? Screw it. Halfback cutback. I'll deal with a 6% counter. You can deal with halfback cutback. And we get stopped 4th and inches. Curl flats. Is that countered? Are we going to get countered on... That's some bogus. Wasn't countered. Good. I appreciate the confidence play calling. I'm not sure which account is yours. Or if you're even in the... this was the wrong play to call. Wrong play to call, but we still got it. So that's fun. 35, 50. Man, I would be a young-looking 50-year-old. Yeah, so honestly, I don't even remember putting Rivers back in my lineup, and then he was there. So I'm honestly, I don't know what happened. I don't know why Rivers is my quarterback, but he is. So that's that. I don't know anything about Hey Steve Dave's YouTube. Did he delete it? I don't know. Sorry, Danny. Have a good night. Obviously, you can't hear me, but I'll just go through the pleasantries anyway. Jeez, that was the wrong. Everything about that was wrong. I'll check the film, Patel. Oh. This is a disaster. Someone missed a tackle. Nope, not going to happen. Alright, well, now that we burned scramble and ran about 60 yards backwards, let's see what we can pull off. 2nd and goal from the 20-yard line. Oh, wrong, and we misclick. So hopefully this guy doesn't know the counter slot flag so we can get out of this. Oh, is Kyle Rudolph going to bail us out? No, he's not. So, but we're in range for a bomb to somebody. It's not countered. Moss is open. We'll see if we can get a super win, and we don't get us anything. So, that's that. Man coverage. Nothing. Is that countered? That's countered. 52% counter? Did we already call that play? What? How is that even possible? 52% counter. That is a glitch. Huh. Well, 4th and goal after the 52% counter. From the 11-yard line, we'll go a slant under. Got it. %100% counter frequency after, yeah. So that's why, like, there's definitely, hey Evan Chick, there's definitely glitches going on with the counters. I don't know what they are or what's causing them, but there's definitely glitches going on. So for those experiencing glitches in your oh, we did all that work for nothing. Those sort of glitches, I wouldn't adjust your play calling to it because it's just a glitch. Oh, come on. Whatever. I try to help and freaking get blown up. So, well, so Goku forfeited. So that's always a good time. So, yeah, that's it. That's your 2nd time today forfeiting, Goku, against me. Hey, Danny's back. Oh, we got a blitz, so jeez. Yeah, that running backwards is never actually a good idea, so if you're in a low-stakes game, you can do it for fun, but just never ever do that in a game or situation that matters because it's just silliness. And it's very, very, very easy for me to just get wrapped up in silliness when I'm doing these streams because it's just a lot of stuff. Jeez, 100% counter on triple post. Now we're at 4th and goal because triple post was 100% countered. Whew. And we're able to beat that counter. Was it 100%? Oh, that was just 4th and goal. Okay, so that was just poor play calling on my part. And we got it. Hey, Play Calling, thanks for subscribing whenever that happened to have happened. I really want to get better at this play. So we got man coverage. Is Johnson... Johnson route's not viable. So I got to figure out a way to beat man coverage on this. This is man coverage again. Is this countered? I'm not sure. Man, I really want that Johnson route to be viable. It's just not. Well, let's see what we have. And that's how you... I mean, that's how I develop plays, is just calling them over and over and over again until you kind of figure out routes that work in any situation. That's the way to do it. So, yeah. Oh, well. Maybe there's some sort of scramble potential with that man coverage. I'm going to go back to it. I mean, that's going to be zone coverage, so Rudolph is open there. I got to figure out how to beat that man coverage consistently with slant and drags. Dang, we just got blown up. No! Alright, we'll go, what will I go? Let's go deep. Deep curls. Oh, that was my fault. I blew that. Hey Slay, welcome to the stream. Just lost again. Alright, we'll go and play some of these guys back. Oh, so Fitch, G Fitch with a touchdown. Wow. So G Fitch winning here with a 98 offense, minus 10 differential, winning with fake halfback toss end around, just a bunch of cheese plays, and scored on me. Yeah, offensive overall does matter. If you don't think it does, then go ahead and drop the 70 overall and save all the coins and training points and, you know, all the resources you spent on your offensive overall. Was definitely a waste if you don't think offensive overall matters. But I'm betting you probably have at least 100 overall offense, which you're talking about millions of training points, you know, probably millions of coins. So if you don't think offensive overall matters, that was a big waste of resources. So sorry about that. Well, so it does matter, yeah. You can't say it doesn't matter, then say it definitely matters. Like, of course it matters. So yeah, minus 10 overall to do a. Oh yeah, I should be doing the troll plays back. That's my bad. So to play at minus 10 overall and troll your opponent is impressive, and to say that overall is not a factor in that, I don't believe that that's true. So. I forgot with the comments. We'll do troll plays the rest of the way through. Yeah. Congratulations, Luke. You are the best player in the world. I mean, yeah. Good job. You're a top player. You can do that. This guy's doing it too. So I'm impressed that he's a top player. I'm sorry for not complimenting you while complimenting someone else too, I guess. I don't know. So, We scored with fake field goal pass. That's got to be worth something. Sorry for not playing it Trolley the whole way through. So G Fitch, awesome job playing at -10 overall. Of course, Luke, you're amazing too. Zudluck scored. Good job scoring. Luke, you're also good at scoring. Don't want to leave you out. You saw me at Panera last night? That's a lie. I was not at Panera last night. That was a risky throw. Did we even call that play? Okay, so we did call it. So that wasn't a completely absurd deal. I'm just getting used to the play. Like, it's not even a play that I call a lot. It's just something I'm just getting used to. So I'm kind of using this as an opportunity to. We need a first down, and we got it. And we got a touchdown. Awesome. I'll take it. Don't remember. I don't think we have scramble, so I'm going to just use toss. And we got it. So that should be clinching the win. It's our turn against G Fitch. We have G Fitch did not score this time, but we'll go ahead and go back to our trolley play calling to yeah, you're just gonna make up stuff till you find a place I actually was. Who goes to Domino's for breakfast? Like, how is that even a thing? Like, no one would go to Domino's for breakfast. Like, if you're going to make that stuff up, say you saw me at McDonald's for breakfast. People will go to McDonald's for breakfast. No one goes to Domino's no one goes to Domino's at all. Like, Domino's is gross. Oh, man. So there's our man coverage. Oh, so that's how you beat man coverage. You wait for Moss. So man coverage against trips, tight end, drags. You're going to wait for, well, that's countered. And actually against that counter, you might be able to hit the tight end. I'm going to try this once. If we don't get a high snap, wow, we didn't actually. So this is man coverage. If you wait for Moss to pull up, you can hit him. So that's how you beat man coverage with trips, tight end, whatever this play is. That's how you beat it with man coverage, and that's how you learn how to use plays, is just calling them over and over again. So now we're definitely going to hit the counter, and we're just going to hit Rudolph, and see what happens with that throw. We almost got it, not quite. But we're going to see if we can get this throw off. Obviously, a high snap is going to ruin it, but but yeah, that's how you figure out the playbook. So I'm going to be picking up chicks at Dunkin' Donuts. If I were to... Dunkin' Donuts is a very, very interesting choice of places to go to try to pick up chicks. Aside from... Because, you know, there's stereotypes about them that you would have. And then there's also going to be... you know, stereotypes about you that they would have, and you don't want to put yourself in that situation. So, it's an interesting theory. It's not that I don't approve of Dunkin' Donuts. I definitely do approve of Dunkin' Donuts. I just wouldn't go to Dunkin' Donuts to try to pick someone up. It's just it's not what I would do. That just doesn't make much sense. But maybe you know more than me, so like maybe you know more than me. Oh, don't be countering this stuff on me now. Is this countered? I gotta deal with counters now. Now, thanks for countering the play I'm trying to practice. You're really helpful. What is going on? I don't even know what's going on anymore. I know we're dropping every pass that we have the chance to drop. Man coverage, scramble right, Moss should pick up a block, he does, and we get 12 yards with Rivers. Oh, wow. I don't know what play I just called. Bunch spacing, that looks like. That slant route looks dangerous. Nope. Yeah, I guess it was more dangerous than I thought. Oh, can't. Oh, I thought that I was going to get a block, and then it didn't happen. This should be open. It is. Moss should be open on the cut, and he is, and we get a touchdown. So, good times. Why bullet pass it? I'm not sure what play you're referring to, but generally I'll bullet pass. I mean, I'll use both. It's not that I hate one or don't like one. I just sort of use them when I feel like they're appropriate. I'm not sure. Any recommendations for a decent blocking wide receiver? I don't know. I mean, generally, I guess you could go for a big one. I have no idea. We're going to get a one-play touchdown here? No, we're not, because we're going to drop the ball instead. That looks like man coverage. It is man coverage. And we just lob it up sillily. But we get the catch. I'm going to go with the trips halfback stretch cheese. We get a fumble, and then they recover it. Wonderful. Hey, Cornell. Yeah, the Browns are making some moves, but I doubt that they amount to anything. Let's see. There's Jimmy Graham. There's Flip. That game's over. This one's going. We got G Fitch. We'll play this game. We're going to Hail Mary it, because why not? Oh man, if we would have gotten a super win there, it would have been awesome. Spread halfback screen. The drops will be fixed next year. Will the drops be fixed next year? I don't know if the drops will be fixed next year. I don't think that's something anyone's going to really know till next year comes. I would be very surprised if there was not an effort to fix them, as they kind of build next year's game. So I think that there'll be an effort in that direction, and I hope that, it's a fruitful one, but I don't really know. I don't know. Hopefully, I really want it to be. It's my number one thing I would like to see fixed over anything else is for them to fix drops. There we go. Kyle Rudolph coming in clutch for a touchdown to win the game. Do they still have that Cameron Jordan guy? Is Cameron Jordan still with the Browns? Jeez, I just blew that. That was my fault. 100% my fault. Finish off the tourney. Yeah, I'll go finish off the tournament. Hey Steve Dave had more friends, 99 Problems, so he wanted to join 99 Problems. It was one of those things where, like, it was a high-profile deal just because, we're a high-profile league and he's a high-profile player. But, for us it was, just more of, just about relationships. So that was kind of that. If I had $1 every time someone asked what happened to Hey Steve Dave, I would spend the money to hire whatever developer was needed to fix drops in the game. That's what I would do. So, and I would have the money to do it. Yes! That was the best throwaway pass ever. Yeah, I see your comment, Jacob, and I already answered your question. So, there's not too much more I can offer on it. But I'm not an expert on building 90 overall teams. Like, a 90 overall team is just going to be, it kind of is what it is. It's never going to be competitive at this level. And if you're wanting to be competitive at this level, there's really no changes you can make outside of just get a massively better team, like in every possible way. Yeah, I've been playing this game since Madden Mobile 15. I've been playing this game since the very beginning. I have never spent money on this game. And I just screwed up that play call. So we're playing horribly. Probably going to lose this match because of bad play calling and bad execution. Well, so it's not like, so the reason, wow, that's cool. Maybe that's the deal with, wow, so you can actually beat low and medium counters with that play by scrambling left. Learning more and more about that play, I'm going to have it down. See ya, Gage. Now, you see, I played Madden, so I tried to play Madden Social, I just couldn't get into it. I'm not, Grindy Auction House. But I downloaded the, like, before it was Madden Social, like, they had, like, you know, just many, you know, versions of the game. They're, like, emulations of console. So I played, whoop, there's Phillip Rivers' fumble someone was waiting for. So I played those, like, Madden 12 and Madden 11 on iPad. I played those. Maybe I'll bring those old games out, but I have them still. Actually, they're probably, no, they won't be compatible with iOS 11, so those games are dead at this point unless I got a old device that was stuck on an old firmware. But I have them. Just impossible for me to load it on an iOS 11 device. Yeah, the playoff players were amazing deals on training points because you could get it like less than 1 coin. Like less than 1 coin per training point, you could afford it. And I tried, like, I haven't given any, well, I'll, ouch. Well, there, we got killed by that guy, so that's always a good time. Oh, we're wasting a lot of tickets. Let's see where Gage is at. Gage killed us, so we're playing poorly there. That's that game. Turbo, I'm sure, has been waiting, so we'll play Turbo. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Fan Friday every week. On Friday, that's my hope with it. So I want to do this every week. Thanks for the sub, Ryan. I appreciate it. I want to do the Fan Friday every week. I'm not sure what it's gonna be. I imagine I'll probably be starting at 9 o'clock and then run to 12. Would be an ideal schedule, but ultimately it's gonna kind of be, you know, kicking off either like when the tournament starts, when the weekend tournament starts, or like an hour before, and have like a countdown for as I play. This week would be different than regular week 1 because it's the first one and kind of a new idea, and 2, and more importantly, because they had what's it called? This tournament started early. I don't even know what time it started. It just was there before I even realized it. But yeah, it'll probably be a thing. Here's Kyle Rudolph. Yeah, I like how the tournament starts early. It's just, you know, I can't be on when it starts if it starts early. So, but I do also like it though because it lets me, you know, I can play out my 15 games and not be like up super late doing it because I don't want to be up super late on Fridays. How much longer will I be streaming? Yeah, check this. I don't know. I don't really have a thing. I don't really have a deal. Well, good for you. Newest member in the house. I love this guy's enthusiasm. Just nothing I can do with it. But awesome. Willing to partake in LVL and yeah. I like your team. I mean, it's not bad. I'll leave that guy to talk to later. Decline. So that's second coach. I mean, I like that guy's enthusiasm. Let's see what we got. We'll take these in order. We'll play Conk. PA clear out. We'll run PA clear out. So I'll finish the active games. I'll finish my 15 wins, and then we'll be calling it a stream. So there's still plenty of time left on the stream because there's a lot of work I have to get done still. But yeah, once I get that stuff done, we'll call it the end of the stream. So I'm not going to do more games. Hello. That was a bad throw. That throw just made a jump ball, which generally aren't smart. Oh, come on. Why is that countered? 9%. Run this play because it's beast. So that's countered, so I know I can run this way. That's how you beat low and medium severity counters with that play. They countered it on me. I've been trying to practice this play, and then guys keep countering it on me. Like, dang, guys, give me a break. What new plays have I learned? So I've been working on slant and drags. I've been working on that a lot in this stream, and I've figured out it's pretty well. I'm still working out some kinks, but slant and drags is going to be a play I start using in LVL a bit because that's been working well. I've been working on slant under, but I'm still not 100% comfortable with it. But yeah, slant and drags is probably the best addition. So that's going to be man coverage. So against man coverage, you wait for, well, I don't have time to wait, but if you had time to wait for Moss to pull up, you could do that. Otherwise, there's just no yardage to be gained there. We'll call that play again. Hopefully we avoid a counter. If we hit a critical counter like that, we'll just throw it to the tight end, and most of the time that'll be safe. We'll call motion cross here. Zone coverage probably countered. It is countered. And we're going to hit Johnson. And we're going to get a drop. And it's 4th and 7. And we burned our scramble button. So we're going to do slot flags. It's countered. But we have Rudolph open. We get the catch. And we get a super win. So we might... Nope. Almost got a score. Yeah, Eric. So, yeah, like honestly, it's like a team like that. Like even like we would we would accept an applicant like that. And in terms of how competitive they are, you're going to run into different things. So most leagues would have like some sort of feeder league or some sort of training system in place to get you caught up to competitive play. So if you wanted to join, a competitive league, I would, throw out a shameless plug that you consider joining Systematic Front. But aside from that, whatever league you wanted to join, if you wanted to join a competitive league, just reaching out with them. What they're going to have that might be different than what you're used to is they're going to have some sort of communication program in place, whether it's Slack or Discord or Line or Kick. They're going to have some sort of daily expectation and play calling. They're going to have some sort of system in place for working out live counters. They're going to have expectations that you play every single day, and if you ever miss drives, they're going to be upset with you. And you probably won't last very long. They'll have score sheets, just tracking how well you play on a day-to-day basis, and making sure that you have a healthy, productive, contributing average. So they take it seriously enough where it is a daily commitment to be in a top league. But you make good friends with your league mates, and it kind of is what it is. So if this is sort of a community that you want to be involved in, this meaning a mobile football game, then yeah, it's awesome. Otherwise, it is pretty heavily involved. Not many top 100 leagues has a feeder training system. That's just not true, but that's okay. So we lost that game. We'll go ahead and play it back. Yeah, so I mean, if the quarterback makes the wrong throw, then at that point in time, that's just going to be an interception. At the point that you've made the throw and the ball's in the wrong spot, like it is what it is. There's nothing you can do at that point. So obviously, if it's happening consistently with if it's happening consistently with certain plays or certain reads where it's a problem that you're always running into, then at that point in time it's not a the issue is not how do I say it? The issue is not like that it was a fluke. The issue is that's just a game mechanic that you need to be aware of and stop doing whatever you're doing to trigger that game mechanic. Sometimes the game mechanics don't work as we wish that we would, as we would like that they did. But we can't ignore that that's just the reality of how the game works, and then just say that we got EA'd or we got screwed over or the game's unfair, the game's glitched. Like you got to, it's the game that we play, I suppose. So yeah, that's my thoughts there. And we lost. Yeah, no problem, Jordan. Alright. So, we're working this out. 6-2. That's an embarrassing score. Here, we're going to make it 6-4 and win. We're going to win with 6-4. It's getting to the point where I'm pretty burnt out trying. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't try because I have to... Oh wait, well... We'll do Phillip Rivers' truck. Nope, didn't happen. We'll work our way back. Let's see, 4th and 39. 4th and 25. Here we go. Thoughts on this year's ridiculous drop rate? So, obviously, if I had to bunch Z Crossan, I'll take it. If I could fix anything about this year, it would be the drops, 100%. So, the drops are a combination of different things. So, there's something like that that's like, so a super loss drop. You know, I don't know what super loss means. I wish I knew what super loss meant. But something like that is a designed game mechanic where, like, whatever a super loss means, that was designed to happen right there. And that's just part of the game. If it wasn't a super loss but still landed in the red, that's, again, a designed game mechanic. So, you know, drops like that are understandable. Even drops that land in the green but are still dropped, you know, the game does a good job of clarifying what they are, but, you know, it's basically, it caught it, but it was dropped, but the ball was knocked out, and that's realistic and that's believable. My big, so there are those 3 or 4, however many different kinds of legitimate drops, you know, and together I think the problem is not that they are unfair drops, it's just those different kinds of drops just make way too big of a, you know, percentage of you know, the passes in the game. Now, the drops that I have a problem, the drops that are glitched, are drops where no catch bar shows up at all, and the receiver just drops it as if a catch was never made, even though there's no reason for, you know, that catch. So, like, that catch right there, it was a loss, that was a designed game mechanic. But a pass where it's just dropped without any catch bar at all, which often happens in those drag routes like this one, those are the drops I have the biggest problem with that I would like to see fixed, because that there is going to be a animation issue where, you know, for whatever reason the animation that the receiver attempted did not have them actually attempt to make a catch for whatever reason, and that's what I have the big problem with. Beyond that, I also do think that the other kind of actually programmed drops take up way too high a percentage of the overall passes made, and that should be fine-tuned and tweaked, and that is a problem, but that problem is ultimately amplified and secondary to the problem of the animation glitches. So that's my thoughts on drops. Yeah, so EA has definitely acknowledged that there is a issue with drops, and that that issue is a, you know, a gameplay flaw. When they refer to drops as a gameplay flaw, I'm not sure if they are exclusively talking about simply the animation glitches, or if they're talking about the percentage of, you know, actually programmed drops. Man, I keep on screwing that up. In the game, I'm not sure what they're actually talking about when they say It's a gameplay flaw. Hopefully they're talking about both the percentage of, legitimate drops holding in the game. I'm not gonna do a new game, Lonzo. So I'm not sure what they're exactly seeing as a problem or what they're intending on fixing, but I'm hoping that it is a radical difference from this year, because this year was definitely unrealistic and frustrating. Do you think every stat is the same when they're 99 plus or just speed? I don't think that every stat is capped after 100. I do think that some stats are. Where I draw the difference is, so a stat like speed, is directly quantifiable. And it does not have a direct correlation, so basically, if a stat is either directly quantifiable or if it does not have a equivalent competing stat on the other side of the ball, then I believe that stat is wait, hold on, so if a stat is directly quantifiable, or if it doesn't have a directly competing stat on the other side of the ball, then I believe it is capped after 100. So speed is directly quantifiable. So it's capped. Catch, because catch is measured by the catch bar, it is directly quantifiable, so it's capped at 100. So stats like that are capped. What's not going to be capped is going to be or what I don't think is capped. Again, this is all just my unverified opinion. But what I don't think is capped is going to be stats like strength or block shed or run block. Those stats weigh directly against their defensive equivalents, and so those, I think that there's doesn't seem to be much of a reason that they wouldn't just continue to compare against each other even as those numbers went up and up and up. That doesn't seem to be a programming anomaly where the other ones are. So that's what I think about that. What do I think about coaches? Coaches were broken for the better part of the year. Most of the year, coaches were broken. They were recently, they were kind of fixed, but then they were also changed. So, they never actually worked as they were originally intended. They just, they did some tinkering and then, fixed how fundamentally they were supposed to work. So, as far as I know right now, they're working correctly. I'm not sure right now. I kind of got discouraged from the whole coaches thing, so I'm not really using them, very much, but they are working. They do make a gameplay difference, and the cool thing about them is now they impact your defensive overall. So if you have the right coaches, they will raise your defensive overall, which gives you a huge advantage because of counter severities. So that's that. You're using too big of words for these dudes. Possibly. That's just who I am. And so I don't mean to speak over anyone. I think, generally speaking, anyone who is a fan of this channel enjoys hearing about this game from a competitive perspective, a strategic perspective, and probably a overly probably just overly involved perspective. And so, in that respect, I'm giving people what they want. How do you tell when you should flip a play? Shouldn't runs be flipped if they aren't going towards the left side of the field? And shouldn't pass plays be flipped if they're not going to the right? So what there are a lot of people, and most people will exclusively run to the left. Most people do, whether they think about it or not, they just do, which is interesting, but it's also a fact. So most people use runs as a sort of way of resetting their field positioning. They can run to the left because they're more comfortable passing to the right, and running to the left gives them more room to pass right, and passing right gives them more room to pass left. So that is the general strategy that most people do, and there's nothing wrong with it. That being said, that is a separate issue from when you are flipping pass plays, because it could be that the reason why you're flipping the pass play is because the play that was on the left side of the field you simply wanted to put on the right. For example, halfback option. I like to have this box route from wide receiver 1. I like to have that on the right so that I can pass right. So I'm going to flip that play so that I can pass right. So obviously that's not my normal throw, but so it's not. So you pass right to get whatever route that you want to have in the position that you want it. But a prerequisite of being able to do that is just simply knowing how to run the specific play that you're running. So it kind of answers itself in terms of just knowing when to flip play or not. Well, it's just going to be about what plays you know how to run, and what route you want to be able to hit with that play, and how you want to be able to hit it. Let's go with this play because I'm trying to learn it. Diggs is open if he cuts. Nope. Oh, we might. Nope, not going to pick up a block. Might be able to pull this up. We do. All that work for nothing. So there's that. Hey, Bell, welcome back. Good job play calling. We'll play this back, and then we'll go finish up our tournament games, and then we'll head back in. Jeez, that was horrible. 100% counter for some reason. Oh. Well, there we go. Oh, sorry. I know you want more serious play. That's my bad. How much do you believe awareness matters? One second. I'm going to go ahead and finish these games off. So we can get to our 15 wins. I do think so. Last year, good gameplay calling. So last year there was a quarterback. He was a silver quarterback, 60-something overall. He had insane passing stats, but he had like 20 awareness. So what happened was, probably 80% of the time, he played, very, very, very well, which was like incredible. Like he had like better passing stats than like most elite quarterbacks at the time. But it was his, awareness that kept his overall so low. So, he would play very well most of the time. But then what ended up happening was there was times where he would just like, just chuck balls out of bounds like he would never ever seen before. Just ridiculously inaccurate just at times. So it feels like awareness is some sort of like multiplier or dice roll, or filter from which all other stats operate. Because if it's going to affect even something like throw power, like you imagine, it has to be just all over the board. So I think that awareness, until it reaches a high level, matters tremendously. The higher level you get, and this is true for any stat, but especially awareness, the higher level it is, the less it actually matters. But awareness is more true. That's more true of awareness than probably any other stat. But awareness is, especially in overcoming that gap, awareness is extremely important. And then probably, therefore, awareness is I'm going to say that awareness is the single most important stat in the game. Once it's, to be a high stat. Mike, yep, you're right. Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. Is it true that defense? I'm not sure. I honestly haven't done a lot of testing on defensive stats this year. So I wish I knew more about that. I just don't. Yeah, so agility is just generally going to be a change of direction. That being said, there is a good amount of change of directions that takes part, in making an interception. So it is a factor. I would be very, very, very hard pressed to say it is the most important factor. If I had to identify a most important factor for defense making an interception, I would be very, very tempted to say that it's going to be catching traffic, because catching traffic is going to trigger over catch when there's competing players around the ball. But when you're a defender, like, there's always going to be competing players around the ball. They're called wide receivers. So I believe that if defense works the same as offense in that way, in terms of a player trying to make a catch, then catch and traffic is actually going to be used a lot more than catch. And in terms of activating, landing in that green bar, you're going to need high catch and traffic. So without knowing the mechanics themselves, that's what I would say makes the most sense as to the biggest factor in interceptions for defense. Yeah, CIT is important stat for the wide receiver, but how do you know that it's not also important for defense? Obviously, CIT is very important for wide receivers. No arguments there whatsoever. I just think it's also important for defense, assuming it fills the same role. You know what? I'm going to do the smart thing and kick a field goal. Thanks, Jordan. See you later. Oh, man. Robbed. Definitely robbed. Oh, well. See ya, Kid Torch. Alright, Bell, I'll get you in. Man. Don't talk about Blair Walsh. We're not doing that. According to EA, catching traffic is compared to man or zone coverage. I don't know. Yeah, ASDF, I want to do this every Friday night. Alright, so we have one more game to win. And Blighty, to clarify, I don't know, like, what I'm saying about CIT, I don't know for fact. It's just sort of what I'm putting together for, you know, as kind of what makes sense to me. But it's not something I know as fact. Yeah, I do wish that, you know, that there was more transparency in the gameplay side of things and those mechanics. You know, and you know, in terms of reasons why there's not, you know, like that could, you know, there's, you know, thousands of things, you know, thousands of reasons could be, you know, that aren't necessarily like ineptitude or anything like that. So, you know, I'm not bad mouthing the process or anything, but, you know, if I had to choose between, you know, knowing how stats work, that was lucky, knowing how stats work and not knowing how stats work, I would definitely choose to know how stats work. So that's my process. That's my thought process there. We won that game. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up whatever games were live in the league, and then kind of go from there. So in terms of rewards for this tournament, I'll probably just get all the Al Madden players is honestly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to grab the Al Madden players. I got no breakdown there. Goku start a new game. I'm not going to do a fresh game. Jimmy Graham, we'll play that. Turbo, I'm not going to do a fresh game. We'll finish that one, and I'm not going to do a fresh game there. So we're going to just finish the existing games, then call it a day. So, oh yeah, Bell, I'll get you in here, Bell. So you're saying, do you think? Oh, hold on one second. Main question: do you think that game changers can be more transparent? Do you think game changers can get EA to be more transparent about their stats? So. The issue with stats... Hold on one second, we're back in the game. I'm going to accept Bell really quick. So let me... Bell 26, accept. Alright, so we got Bell in here. So we're going to play Bell, and then I'm going to call this stream. Bell's last one. So, Bell, let's go ahead and play a game. I'll let you fire it up, and then we'll go from there. So, when it comes to... transparency, so like, obviously, so if there is a lot of demand or interest, from the community as a whole, then I think that will, generally be met with lots of a lot of effort to meet that demand. So if we're talking about Madden Mobile in general as a game and like the grand scope of the community, there's a very, very, very small percentage of players that actually care about stats like the people in this stream, will. So it's a very, very, in that respect, it's a very, very low priority issue. And so, if you want to figure out, look at EA's, deal with it, you have to first understand that, the issue itself is, extremely low priority. And that's just because, there's just not demand from the community to know those things. That being said, if you want to talk about, who in EA is actually the expert in, gameplay mechanics, that's going to be developers. And these gameplay mechanics are that we're working with are several years old. the gameplay mechanics haven't changed year to year. That's why my playbook breakdowns I made last year are just as relevant this year, because the gameplay mechanics haven't changed. So the people that are going to be expert on gameplay mechanics and how they work are going to be the people who programmed this game years ago, and there's no telling that those people are even still around. I don't know if they are or not. So like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's possible that, like, the people who are experts in like gameplay mechanics might not even work for like EA anymore. Like I honestly don't know. But when you look at it like from that perspective, and you have a low priority issue that potentially would be a phenomenal amount of work to understand and work through, then it doesn't seem likely, or at least if we don't get strong answers about stats and those things, then I wouldn't be too surprised. And that's my answer about that. Yeah, Black Lightning. So, I guess, when it comes to me and doing the streams and keeping them up, I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of a cluttered thing. I don't want it to get in the way of the actual videos that I put out. Part of that's my fault, and I want to be putting out more videos. But I could leave them up. Probably should. I just haven't. I might in the future. I'm not sure. Alright, so he got his touchdown, so that's good. Play him back. Because, ironically, like, I'll sit here and I'll stream for 3 hours. But, ironically, it's a lot easier for me to stream for 3 hours than it is for me to make a 5-minute video. It's a lot easier. Tremendously easier to stream for 3 hours than to make a 5-minute video, which is counterintuitive. It's just there's a lot of work that goes in those videos. So, so I can get a lot more streams done than I can videos, but I don't want the bulk of the channels to be streams. I want the bulk of the channel to be videos. It's just hard to make that stuff line up. Yeah, I'm a game changer. That's why I have the logo thing there. I'll finish this. Do I ever believe that injury will be implemented into the game? It shows as a stat in Mutthead, so I feel it could be a possibility. So, I do not think that injury will be implemented into the game, because you're talking about changing like the whole gameplay. Like, there is no such thing as a bench. See, you're talking about changing a lot of different things in order to implement that one thing. So I don't see that becoming a game feature. I'm wrapping up purchase price. Probably not much longer at all, just enough to finish my game with Bell. So I'll probably be done in about 10 minutes. So we'll find, before I quit though, I will find I'll find someone to raid. But I don't see injury coming into the game. There's another question. Oh yeah, so I do have a video I made last year about how to read coverages in Madden Mobile. It was a video, it was made last year, so it wasn't as well done as the videos this year. Plus it's a little bit outdated, but not quite. But that would be the kind of video that you're looking for. If you just do a YouTube search for like how to read coverages in Madden Mobile, you can probably find that video. Bell, so go ahead and stay in the league and I'll work with you. I'll probably work with you tomorrow and everything. We're just going to finish this game. We can still play more, but finishing the game with you is going to be the last thing I do on stream. And probably the last thing I do tonight. So, hold on, they got drives going, so I'm going to... They finished their drives on me while I was streaming. So, that's fine. And that's what they do. So, I'm going to finish this with Bell. And then, so after this drive, I'm going to call it a night. Nice job, gaming. Oh yeah, so we'll find, after this game, we'll find someone to raid. Or if someone wants to find someone to raid outside of, this, go ahead and, or if someone, yeah, so we'll find someone to raid after this game, but we're definitely wrapping this stream up. 6% counter, thanks EA. Yeah, go ahead and find someone to raid, and we'll raid them. Oh, come on. Cool, yeah, we'll raid them. So go ahead and post that link. We're just gonna finish these drives, and then whenever you want to check out or whenever you're done with it, then go ahead and check out that channel. Let them know it's Systematic Front Raid or an AdamJunior raid, whatever you guys want to call it. Fine with me. We're just going to get blown up on these drives. There we go. So, and on a 6% counter, there's the link. Go ahead and blow up his stream. Yeah, so my thoughts on gameplay on it is just a horror. It's a very poorly implemented idea. Not even implemented. I don't like the idea of counters. It's just, it becomes glorified rock, paper, scissors. Not a fan of counters. But go ahead and raid that guy. I can give a more in-depth talk about counters in my next stream. I'll be streaming again Friday night, next Friday. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate all the support. Go check out Brett. And thanks for watching.